Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy here at Beckley's Camping Center, and in this video, this is the new 2020 Reflection. It's the 300 RBTS, standing for rear bath. It should have been triple slide, but it's not. It's a double slide. So I'm going to go with triple steps. So it's a rear bath with triple steps. So let's get on to this camper. So looking at the front of the camper, of course, one thing you're going to notice is the difference in the color for the 2020 on the outside. They've gone back to the white. They're away from the beige on the outside. So you have your white and blacks and little grays and so forth. Again, one-piece molded fiberglass cap. The benefit to you here is now you don't have the seam on the front of the trailer. You're going to have the seam towards the back lip here. That is where your seam is. So this will be more durable. That goes from top to bottom. You're going to see the V as far as the LED lights right there on the front cap. Now you're going to have the 30-pound bottles here, so you have two 30-pound bottles, power tongue jack. Back behind it, you're going to have, you can actually put up to 2 batteries back there if you wish to. And then something that they're doing also is they have the wiring to the roof for solar panels. So that's what this extra wiring is here, and the extra fuse. That is going to be, in the event that you want to put some solar panels on the roof, you can put up to 100 watts on the roof, and I'll show you that when I get up on the roof here. Now the nice thing about this 300 is the fact that you have the slides on the off-door side, not intruding underneath of your awning. And I'll show you that when we get on the awning side. Now both of these slides, because they're the smaller of the slides, they're going to have the Swintech system, and I'm going to go over that with you a little bit in another video. So I'll link that down below as well. Now, as you can see, you're going to have the power electric stabilizers. Keep in mind they're stabilizers. They're not levelers. They're just meant to stabilize your coach. Now, you're going to notice up front here, you're going to have your low point drains. Notice there's 2 sets of them. One of them is going to be for your regular system. The other one is going to be for the washer dryer that you could put up in the bedroom. So that's right up in the front, just to kind of give you an idea where I'm standing here. Now I want to kind of give you an idea what it looks like in the underbelly of the Reflection. So it is an enclosed and heated underbelly. This is going to be the blue pipe. That is your overflow for your freshwater tank, and the white pole with the little, you see there, that is your drain for the freshwater tank. So it's the larger of the two. Now, I know when you look under here, you might get a little confused, and you see this little dump right here. This is for the gray tank. This will be for your washer up in the front, which I'll show you when we get on the inside. Now, because the Reflection does not have a bumper, you can see that they already put on the front here, underneath, they're going to put a little sewer hose pipe. So that way there you can store your sewer hose in there. It'll be much more secure than putting it in a bumper. Now, to give you an idea of where that was, that's underneath of the bedroom slide here. That's where we were just looking. Now, on the off-door side, in the storage area, this is your typical connection in your Reflections, your Imagines, and so forth. Everything is hooked up right here. Nice thing is the way this thing is set up, very, very simple on how to use this. I know it looks rather confusing, but it is simplified. If you just look at how they are, the diagram, that is how you set it up. So you have your city water connection. This is your black tank rinse right there. And then this is your gray tank pull for the gray tank for the washing machine. Now also for here, you're going to be taking your water hose and cable, you're going to be taking it up through here. Something I highly recommend you do is get yourself some brass wool to keep the critters from coming up through there, because that's a highway to your camper. Something else you might want to consider is, because your hose will be outside here, your cable, you might want to consider putting some Vaseline on it from the ground up several inches. Just remember it's there before you go to put it away. Otherwise it will get a little messy. Now underneath here, this is where you have your 110. You have 110 power under here. And of course you have your cable as well as your satellite that you can hook up. Now what gets people confused here is because the fact you see all these different quote cable connections. You really only have one cable connection right here. That's where you put cable there, it'll go to every TV. All these other ones that you have auxiliary, this says satellite, this says outside TV, that is in the event that you're going to put a satellite, then you connect them at those points. Now you're going to have a shower, this is going to give you hot and cold water, and they do give you, it's a hose that connects to that. It's a quick connect. Now they give you a little sprayer. You can change that and get yourself a regular shower head if you wish, and then just kind of give you an idea what it looks like under here. These lights are sensor lights, and so you can set them for sensor. If they sense motion, they'll come on. Now also under here you have your Swintech brains, I call it. This is what you're going to be needing to get to in the event that you have issues with the Swintech slide systems. But they're located right here. Like I say, I'm going to do a video specifically on that so that people can understand what they're supposed to be doing. Now on the outside, for this is the bed slide, you also have storage on the outside part. Notice I can just use one hand because it's a magnet that holds it up. But look at the storage, and this is just for the outside. Then you'll have storage under the bed on the inside. So some good storage. You're able to put some things in here and keep them out of the way. Also notice the thickness of the door. Thickness of this door is better from an insulation standpoint. Moving to the back corner on the off-door side, this is where you're actually going to have your dump valves for the black and gray tank. It's going to be right here, and you can see your spare tire right behind the axles. Now I know that it's not going to happen to you very often when you get to the campsite and it's dark out, but just in case it does happen, they've thought about you. They put a little light right here so you'll be able to see where you're hooking up, or if you need to come back here and actually empty your tanks, it's right here. And again, power stabilizers back here, and you're just going to be pushing the button here. Of course, you have access to your water heater right here. This is the outside, so if you're draining it and so forth. And I'll link a video on how to properly operate that Atwood water heater, as well as the refrigerator, which is right here, and how you should be operating that. So those links will be down below. So as I mentioned earlier, you're not going to have a back bumper here, but what you are going to have, you're going to have it's a hitch receiver. Now keep in mind, it is rated at 300 pounds. Do not overload that. Back here also, of course, your 50 amp connection, and you have a ladder to get up on the roof. It's helpful. I'll explain why you're going to want to get up on the roof here in just a moment. And then of course it is wired frame for the Furrion rear observation camera. Benefit of an observation camera versus a backup camera is the fact you can actually see behind you as you're driving. You don't have to be just backing up. So that's a benefit. So let's get on the roof here. Let me talk to you about why you're going to want to get on the roof. So this is what the roof looks like. Now, you know, people ask, well, why am I going to have to get up here? You're supposed to check and reseal as needed every 90 days. So you want to come up here and check anywhere there's something put through the roof here, check and reseal as needed. You're checking for cracking, peeling, bubbling. But also, prior to bringing your slide outs in, you get up here, and that way there you can look on top of the slides, brush off any material. You do not want to be pulling your slides in if you have anything on them. Now, I talked to you earlier about the solar panel. It's already wired up here, and it's the Jaboni, and it's right here. So all you're going to be doing is it'll connect into that. Just get with your RV dealer, and they can make that happen for you. So you see, it's a very clean roof. They do a phenomenal job putting everything together. Another reason why you might want to get up here, let's say that you're at an event and you want to get up above everything, what you're able to do is you get up here and take a look at the scenery while you're up on the roof. Quite a spectacular view, wouldn't you say? Now they've also changed to the Winegard Air 360, and this should help. This is an HD antenna, and that should help with reception on your TVs for local channels anyway. And as you can see, there for the bathroom back here, your vents for the black tank and so forth. So that's all right here. Now the last thing I'm going to cover before we get inside, get into the exciting stuff, is your door side. As I'd mentioned, both of your slides are on the off door side, and look at it, this gives you a clean shot when you're going to be camping on this side. You're not going to have the awning going over top any slides. All that space under the awning is going to be free for you to spread out and relax under. Looking at your storage from your door side, again, as I'd mentioned, you have that censored lighting. That's your battery disconnect. You shut that off when you're not using it. Always have it on when you're towing it down the road, or you're plugged into power, or if you just need to use it for any 12 volts so you get into your unit. So you can see what you're doing. So if you need to tie a dog up to here, just make sure that you untie them before you start towing down the road. And then of course you have 110 power in here as well. So that's on your door side for your storage. Now you might say, well, Paul, how am I supposed to get the leash or the electric outside of this without the door being open? Well, they have another little hole right there that you can take it out through the bottom. Again, make sure you put some brass wool in there to keep the critters from coming in. And as you see on most RVs these days, you're going to have your outside stereo speakers out here. They're lit up blue. You're also going to have a place if you wanted to connect the TV out here. You have 110 outlet as well as your cable. Notice it's two different ones, and as it's telling you there, one's for cable, one is for satellite. That is on this side. So looking at your door, you're going to notice you have a nice large door handle. And they're using the Alumitread for the steps, lightweight, much easier to operate. Now I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like with the slide in. So as you can see, you can get into the refrigerator, you can get down into your kitchen area. You're just not going to be able to get into the bathroom with the slide in. Looking back to the doorway, one thing I would tell you not to do not step on or get on your dinette booth or step on this floor when the slide is in. Do not recommend that. You'll start getting some separation between the dinette and the wall and the floor and everything. Looking back into the bedroom area, you can see on the bed is in. It's all the way up against the cabinet right here. And this is what it looks like. So gives you kind of an idea of what you're dealing with when you have the slides in. You can see how much room you have right here to get in on the floor. Now with your Swintex slides, you're going to have a motor on either side, and this motor is going to be connected at the top rail and down the bottom. So it is operating one on each side. You want to be careful and make sure that when you're operating these slides that you're holding the button when it's all the way till it's all the way out for up to 10 seconds, when it's all the way out or coming all the way in, giving these motors a chance to synchronize. When you do not do that, they become unsynchronized, and that is when you run into problems. So first things first, when you come in the camper, you're going to locate your convenience center. Check where you put your slide outs, turn your water heater on, turn your lights on and so forth. Slide outs, awning, water heater, water pump. This thing does have tank heaters on it, as well as having heat blown into the underbelly. I really love what they've done with the switch here. Your ceiling light switch actually has a light in there, so when you open this, it's dark. You can actually see it. And this is where you're going to check all your levels. So that's right here behind the cabinet. I like the fact that they put it there, out of sight, out of mind. Now let me give you a quick preview of what you're looking at in here. So this is just standing by the door, looking to the back side, and then looking into the bedroom. So this is your sofa. That does open up into a bed very easily. Let me show you how that works. So to open this as a bed, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove your cushions from behind. Now you can put these back on here once you open the bed to give you something to sit back up against here. As you can see, what they've done is you can actually secure it back here to keep it from moving while you're going down the road. So this just unplugs there. You just set that back there. This, the front part, what you're going to do is you're going to lift this up. As you can see, it was starting to move. So you can actually move this around if you want to a little bit. That opens there, and then you're able to go ahead and fold this down. That is the bed. Now you might be saying that looks like a pretty small bed. Well, it's tiny, but you know, it's comfortable. You're not going to have the bars in your back. It's about 6 feet in length, 47 inches wide. Comfortable enough, two smaller adults could actually make this work for them. So now to put it back up, what you're going to be doing, you're just going to take the back part, you fold that back up there. And by the way, you actually will have a little bit of room, not much, if you want to store some maybe 2 pillows and maybe a blanket, might fit down there as you put this in. What's going to happen is this piece back here is going to fold down in there, and you'll be able to see how much room you have left there. Once you have that put away, then it's just a matter of putting your cushions in place, and then you're back in business. It's that easy. So moving on to the dinette, U-shaped dinette. Nice thing with the U-shaped dinette, if you need be, let's say you have 4 people, you want to play a card game or so forth, you could set somebody out here on this side of the table. That way you keep somebody from looking at your hand while you're playing. But you're going to have big windows back behind you there, giving you some nice adequate light. And this makes the bed on this one would be 80 inches long by 42 inches wide. All you're going to be doing to make the bed is these legs are going to come off the table, and then this table is just going to slide in. As you can see, they're going to be sliding across here in the back and the front here. So that's how you make it a bed, and the cushions go on the top there. You're going to notice that you have 110 outlet down there, and you're going to have storage on both sides reaching all the way back, as you can see. On top of that center section is its own storage. You just got to take the cushion up and you're able to get to that there. Now when it comes to the cushions, you have the opportunity to have it where they're going to all match, or if you wanted to on the end cushions, you can actually have it so you have the plaid showing. Which way do you like it? Do you like the plaid showing, or do you like it where it's all matching? Now something I like that they've done is they've actually added a little tassel to your blinds here. Then you can pull it down with that. But the other nice thing is that when you have the blind up and put away, you can take this and slide the tassel out of the way so it's out of sight so you don't see it. And then when you need it, you just got to pull it out and you're able to pull that blind on down. So this is your Norcold 12 cubic foot refrigerator. And as you see, so you're going to have freezer on either side. Now the nice thing, I like the way that they do this as far as from the ice maker. I'd much rather have this type of an ice maker. A lot easier to winterize. I don't know about you. I don't drink the water when I'm at a campground. And then of course your refrigerator part. You have both doors, and look at all that shelf space. Now I just want to give you an idea of how much room you have as far as your kitchen. I mean, look at all the drawers that you have, all the cabinets, all the counter space in your kitchen. So as you can see, they're full extension drawer glides, and you have a ton of these. I mean, look at all these different drawers you have. Now, for those of you that have not seen the Furrion cooktop oven, the cool thing is you can see the blue light there that turns on there. And then you also have the light inside there. Some of these are actually coming with a switch where you can turn on either these or this. But you can see there's a larger of the ovens. On this particular one, because it is the larger one, you can literally cook a 20-pound turkey in it. Just need to cook it half at a time though. Now, one thing I like about this also is the fact that this sparkler here, not only does it light the burners on the cooktop, it'll also light your oven. So no longer having to get out that long lighter or matches and so forth to light the oven. That will light it as well. Now, in most RVs, when you get an oven, you just get a regular convection. But in this particular one, because this is an upgraded one, you're going to get a microwave convection oven. Now, the benefit of this microwave convection, you can cook it on microwave, which is going to be the quickest. You can cook it on convection, which basically is the same thing as cooking in an oven. But then thirdly, you can do it in a combination mode. So you have the 3 different modes up top here. Combination is going to give you a combination of microwave and convection together, kind of like a half-bake oven time frame. So it's not going to cook as quickly as a microwave. It's not going to be as slow as an oven. It'll be somewhere in the middle. So that's a big benefit. And it's the larger of the microwave, which is very beneficial. Now, while you're cooking here in the kitchen, you notice you have 2 windows on this side. And if you need to vent outside, you can open the windows, just let it go out the windows. But if you want to vent it completely, what you do is you have this fan. It's a power vent fan right up here. And by the way, that controller is on the wall over here. That is where you control it, right next to your Air Excel thermostat. And what that will do for you, it will pull the air through the window. You know, if you wanted to open this one, it'll come across your cooktop and go right out there. So it makes it more beneficial if you're cooking something and it's not. So it would come right across your cooktop and right out the top there, alleviating you setting off the smoke alarm, I guess. So that's pretty helpful. Now for your sink, they give you the nice Corian or the solid surface cooktop or cutting boards, but that is the larger of the sinks. And you have the high-rise faucet, pulls down, pull-out sprayer. So that's right here for your sink. And right on the end of your counter, you do have a counter extension. Be sure that you lower that before you bring the slide out in. Otherwise, that could cause some problems. Well, not could, it will. So make sure you lower that. So now moving into the bathroom, now you're going to notice that even with the counter extension off, counter extension up, you still have plenty of room to go through this pocket door to get into the bathroom. Now notice all that counter space in there. Kind of give you an idea how much floor space you have there. And then that's looking up to your cabinets here. Now I like what they do with these motion sensor lights. You have one as you come in the door, you have one here, you have them out in the storage areas. Makes it very nice. Notice you already have your towel holder put up there. You're going to have your GFI outlet out of the way. You have a switch for your light as well as the fan. So this one has a small fan. The benefit of this small fan, you don't have to have a window open or fan or one of the lids open in order to use that. Notice how you're going to have an air conditioning duct as well as having a heat duct in your bathroom. So it's going to be cool in the summer and it's going to be warm in the fall and the spring. So looking at the rest of this, you can see you have plenty of storage. Show you underneath your sink there. Part of that is your water heater. So you get to the back side, and then of course they've covered up this where in the Imagines they don't put a door on them. But you still have a little bit of counter space right there. And then you're going to get 3 medicine cabinets here. So you're going to have the corner one's going to be the deepest. Now you're going to notice that they ship this stuff loose. This is for your towel, a little hand towel. And then of course you have for your paper, for your toilet paper. And the reason why they ship those loose is in the event that you don't want them hung up. But we can install those the day that you pick it up or not. It's up to you. Nice big window back here. And again, you see how they have the tassel. You're able to open this window if you wanted to. Give you some great ventilation. And then take a look at this shower. Good size shower, glass doors, and the skylight. And next to that is, you can see you have additional storage in here. That's going to be back behind your toilet area. Now, I've had some people ask me to stand in the shower to kind of give you an idea how much room you have. This is a pretty roomy shower. You're looking at 36 inches wide, 27 inches deep, and then to the ceiling in here, you're about 78 and a half inches from the floor of the shower to the roof. But then up in the middle here in your skylight, you have 82 inches of clearance. So that should be beneficial, and that should be pretty much as anybody's going to need. Worst case scenario, if this doesn't work for you, the outside shower, unlimited height, unlimited width. Give you a different vantage point of what the trailer looks like. This is from the bathroom area. Now, as far as your entertainment pleasure, you do have this nice large TV here that could pull out and swivel. And then right on the end here, this is going to be your Furrion AM/FM CD stereo DVD player. It's going to have a remote control. Has a USB plug as well as an aux plug. So that's all right here. And by the way, with this air conditioner in here, this is a Coleman Mach air conditioner, and it is quiet. But the biggest thing for you, the benefit to you, is that you have these quick cool features. So you can open this up or close them. See, I close them now, it's shooting out to the ducts more. But if you come in, it's hot, you're hot, you want to go ahead and cool down, you can just come over here, open one of these, stand underneath it, and it'll cool you off. But let me turn it on so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Now right now, I'm probably not going to be able to get the compressor to come on, but I could surely get the fan to come on in the high mode. So that is the fan, and that is high. So that's going to actually blow air conditioning throughout your trailer. Now, because it's a 50 amp, you actually have a separate air conditioner that you can put in the bedroom, and that would be part of the track. So this is what it would sound like. Just put the microphone up close. So that's as loud as that is. So if you were sitting here listening, you know, watching a TV show and so forth, that air conditioner is not going to get in your way. So this is your thermostat here. By the way, and I'll put a little video down below on how to properly operate that as well. Now, as you come in your door, you're also going to notice you're going to have a motion sensor light there and your smoke detector. The LP leak detector was down below your oven right there. You see the little green light. And then you're going to have a carbon monoxide detector in the bedroom. So speaking of the bedroom, let's go in the bedroom. As you can see, you're going to have the pocket door. You have the dresser. Nice big closet. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And this is an actual residential queen, meaning it's 60 inches wide by 80 inches long, allowing you to have residential sheets and blankets for this. Now you're also going to have cabinets up above the bed. Let me show you what that looks like in there. So as you can see, it's rather deep, and it goes all the way through for all three of those. So that's actually 13 inches deep and 13 inches high, but then it goes all the way across your whole slide out. Now, for those of you that wanted to have a king bed, you could do that. But with the queen bed in here, what you have is you have 18 inches of walk around right here on this side of the bed, and then on this side of the bed you have about 15 inches. Keep in mind that if you go to the king size bed, the one from Grand Design is going to be 70 inches, so you're going to lose 5 inches on both sides. Now when you go to a king bed, you'd have to remove these little end tables on both sides. Now if you wanted to go ahead and go to a king bed after the fact, but you wanted to go and have a 72 inches, that is 72 inches width there, so you can put a 72 inches wide. Just keep in mind what that's doing for your walk around space and see if that's going to work for you. Now what I really like about how they do this is watch when I lift this mattress. So the mattress is lifted all the way up there, but notice how high it's in the air, and I'm able to step in here to actually get into the storage area. Most of these other manufacturers, for whatever reason, they have not figured out how to get their mattresses up that high. So that's what you're looking at when you have that up like that. Now for your bed, you're going to have windows on either side that actually you can open up and ventilate. You have air coming through on both sides if you wish. Now you're going to have outlets on both sides of the bed. Here's your 110 outlet down here on the floor, on the wall there, for one side. And then on this side you're going to have both 110 as well as 12 volt power. Now I say it's 12 volt power. It's the USB plugs. It's plugged into 12 volt, but it's going to give you the ability to plug in your phone without having your camper plugged into 110. Now this is where you can put a TV in your bedroom, so it's up out of the way. You can have a window back behind there, and then take a look at your dresser. Now with the dresser, I mean, these aren't very deep drawers, but they're going to be adequate storage. And as I mentioned, for the window standpoint, see, they're soft open, but again, that could open up and give you lots of air coming through there. Now they make it very easy for you to get to your breakers and fuses because they're going to put it right here behind the door, so it's going to be out of sight, out of mind. So there's your breakers and fuses, so you can actually be able to read them and get to them, easily accessible. Again, that is right there at the closet up in the front. Now if you wanted to put a washer dryer in here, you can see you can put the combo unit on this side. The plugs are there, and you're just going to lose that shelf. You can see I have a nice little hanger all the way across it, shelf up above it, sensor light in here, and for those of you that like to bring a lot of shoes, plenty of space for that. You could also, if you decide you want to put the dryer on this side, you can see that you have the plug over here for that as well. So this is your closet space. Now with these doors, you can see how they have the lock for when you have them closed, but then when you have them open, you can also latch them back. You have this little bungee cord up here, and you can bungee cord them back to keep them from moving as well. Okay, so somebody might be asking, well, how much headroom do we have inside this trailer? Well, your headroom, it's 7 feet, so it's 84 inches. So it's quite a lot of space. You're going to notice that being a little bit different when you go in most other campers, because some they might be at 78, they might be at 80, they might be at 81, but this is 84 inches ceiling to floor. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the brand new 2020. This is a 300 RBTS Reflection by Grand Design. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. If this is the first time you're watching, please do consider subscribing. Just click that subscribe button down below and hit that bell, and you'll be notified when I'm putting new videos up. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.